Hi, my name is Jason with Art of Creation Homestead, and today we're going to talk about using cinder blocks for your raised bed in your backyard. We've done this for a few years now. We've had a lot of success growing a lot of variety of different vegetables in this cinder block bed. One thing that we really love about it is that it helps us to use the corners of our home and our fence. Since we have a fenced backyard, it really helps us to be able to get in the corner, work our way out, and use the corners better. Whereas we think, like, if you used wood, sometimes maybe it doesn't get in there appropriately, or maybe you've got an odd dimension of space. That way you don't have to get odd dimensions. You can just use as much as you need, and it really helps you to build out from your corners. We built this particular cinder block bed in our first year here, so it's probably been 5 years ago at this point. We built it down to here, and we just used this little L shape, and we realized quickly that we really liked it and it was really productive, and so we extended it on down a little bit. And that's one thing that I love about using cinder blocks, is that it's very extendable. You can link them together, and in doing so, you can also, they're like built-in dividers. You can divide out crops a lot easier, and we like using these holes. The holes are very beneficial as well. We like to plant onions inside these holes. You can plant a variety of things inside of the holes. A couple of carrot seeds, a couple bush bean seeds. We planted marigolds in them before, just for some color. That's a very beneficial use of it. And to get started building one of these beds, what you really want to do is weed eat down the grass. Just kill the grass underneath the best you can. Get some weed cloth put down. Then you can put down your cinder blocks on top of them. You can use cinder blocks in the back and the front, or just the concrete pavers in the back. It's a lot better than using wood up against wood fence. Wood on wood contact tends to make wood deteriorate faster. And you can just start with there, put your cinder blocks down. You can make them as wide as you want. Like I said, these individuals are 16 inches wide, so you could leave it one cinder block width, or you could go to allow half a cinder block width and kind of get 1.5 out of it, or 2, however. And honestly, if in the next year you figure out you want it a little longer or a little deeper, wider, then you can just take one of these, peel it back out this way, build down and extend it in that manner instead. So it's very flexible. It's a very flexible option. Well, I like that there's no screws or nails you have to deal with. Like if you mess one up, you might split the wood if you're building a wooden raised bed. And so then you just kind of feel like a moron because you done split the dang wood that you're trying to work on, and you just screw it up. Makes for a bad day all around. So for me, we've got wood raised beds. I kind of like this one a little bit better. Feels like it's more flexible and just a better option overall. We like to grow, this is garlic here. We'll plant this garlic in like the fall, around October-ish sometime or another. And here in gardening zone 6A, this garlic will stay in the ground, and it'll go right here until about the end of June, and we can harvest it at the end of June and let it dry and whatnot. But it's been really wonderful growing garlic there. You can see it's full of chickweed. Well, this chickweed, the only reason we let it stay there is because the chickens like to eat it. We'll take it and pull it out and give it to them as a treat. But once this garlic is done, we'll be able to plant another crop in here. A lot of times we have some summer squash growing in a little pot we started seeds for, and we'll put it in here once the garlic is harvested about July, and it's good for a late season bit of a summer squash as well. There's really just a great number of things you can plant in these things. Here, give me that camera for a second, camera lady. Let's take you on a tour here. It'd be a lot easier. Show you what we got going on right here. So currently, you can barely see it, but we got a little Swiss chard germinating right here. A little Swiss chards of kale sprouts from last year. A little spinach over here germinating. A lot of people will like to start their spinach and Swiss chard indoors. We don't really care to. We just put it out here and let it germinate on its own. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Let's see, on down here we're gonna have this right here. Looks kind of bare. It's not. There's about 100 beet seeds planted in here. And as you get on down, go all the way down to here, beets growing. Sorry for the neighbors driving through. And then right here we got a bunch of onions planted. How many onions do we have planted in here, do you know? And I don't remember. I think it's about 50 something. I think we got like 50 something onions planted in here between this and then using all these holes. As you can see here, we got the holes used for the onions. And here you go, let's try to get you back up here now. And there's a lot of great uses here. Like I said, you can plant flowers in the holes, plant carrots, beans, anything, because they're almost 8 inches deep, so they got a good depth anyways. And you could put some taters in here, you grow taters of any kind. Just so valuable. And really, you can kind of you can use the outside parts of your yard that you wouldn't want to use for anything else. Like here, it's on a slope. A wooden raised bed may not work as well here, because like if we have uneven spaces, the wood obviously just one long straight piece, and it's going to go over top of the uneven pieces and leave holes and gaps in the bottom. Whereas these cinder blocks are going to, since there's more pieces, they'll kind of go down to the contours of your ground, and also they're heavy enough they'll flatten it down for you too over time, and so that it'll all get to be fairly level, at least on the same plane as it goes down the slope or it goes across your yard. Another good use for the cinder block bed is if your yard has a space that you don't really know what to do with. Maybe it's too wet there. Like this is actually a drainage spot. Water runs off from our house down this way. And so it wouldn't be necessarily great for a wood raised bed, or maybe not even great for an in-ground bed, but cinder block works really well for it because it's not going to deteriorate. The water's not going to affect it. It might actually help keep things watered appropriately, but it's not going to hurt the bed, where it might actually hurt a wooden raised bed and make it deteriorate too fast for you. One thing you could also do with them is, like, we don't do it, we ain't got no knee nibblers, but you can paint this outside any kind of color, black, red, white, whatever you want to do, and you can paint the outside with some spray paint and let your kids take some sidewalk chalk or whatever and color across it and kind of make it a little more decorative in that manner and be more playful, give your kids something to do. It'd be a really good kids garden in general. Let your kids plant what they want to in here, decorate how they want to, and do whatever they want. They feel kind of like some ownership to this garden, and heck, maybe they might be more likely to eat the vegetables out of it if they grew it and they kind of decorated and took care of it. They're not very expensive to do. I would say they're really truly about the same as you would a wooden raised bed, unless you're doing cedar. Then cedar's going to be more expensive. But they'll last forever because they are concrete. They're just such a wonderful, wonderful thing, an easy way to get vegetables grown in your backyard. My name is Jason from our Recreation Homestead. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do like it, give us a thumbs up, maybe subscribe to our channel. It'll help get our message out there and help more people see these videos and start to grow more food in their backyard. Thank you. God bless.